Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Meditate America Wednesday night program of meditation. We're so glad that you've joined us, and it's our great pleasure to bring this meditation all across America at 7 o'clock in different time zones each night of the week, starting this past Sunday and culminating this coming Sunday. I personally am coming to you from Florida, so it's 8 o'clock in my time zone, but it's 7 Central is this tonight's program. And my name is Sylvia Dooling. I came into Sahaja meditation, this form of meditation that we'll be doing this evening, in 2001. And it changed my life so remarkably that it's been my great pleasure to continue with the meditation and my great privilege to also teach it and offer it to those of you who are seeking also to learn to meditate. There's a team behind this meditation, and tonight I will be your presenter, your lead presenter. And we also have another lead, a co-lead, and perhaps he would like to unmute himself, Jinmai, and say hello, say a word or two.
Hello, this is Jinmai here. I am from Seattle, Washington. And I have been practicing this Sahaja Yoga meditation for the past 10 years. And for me, it has been a very great experience. And I've been able to find balance and peace within myself. So as you will learn today on how to meditate and different technique of balancing, and even how you find the peace within yourself, that Sylvia will show you today through the presentation as we walk through the slides.
Thank you, Jinmai. Yeah, it's such a privilege when we feel the benefits of meditation to want to pass that on. Perhaps some of you, if you would like to participate in this part of the discussion, would like to put in the chat why, or if you have any experience with meditation, if you have done Sahaja meditation before, if you would like to say a word or two about yourself, then please do. I'm so sorry, I dropped something. Hello, someone's there? Okay, that's fine. We want to welcome you, and we want you to just have your full attention on this meditation. And let's go to the next slide. So we want to give you a little background of what to expect in the next 50 minutes or so. We hope to cover all of this on this agenda in 50 minutes. And then at the end, we've saved a little time for Q&A, which possibly will include a breakout room or two if you have personal questions as well. So we hope you'll participate in that as well. So in this time, going back to the agenda, if we could, we will learn a little bit about the steps of meditation. We will introduce to you Sahaja Yoga meditation, which is a particular form. We will facilitate for you the process of awakening your subtle system, and we'll explain what a subtle system is, so that you will awaken what's called self-realization, and you will be able to awaken the meditation state within yourself. We'll then go into, with a little guidance, then we'll go into silent meditation, And after that, it'll be our privilege to listen to a talk by Sri Mataji, who is the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation. It'll be a short speech, and I hope very meaningful for everyone. Then we'll go into some balancing techniques that you can learn easily through just this evening's participation. And then you can use these techniques easily at home so that you can meditate at home. So we want you to leave with those skills. And that'll be our one focus that we'll have. Then we can use that clearing by enjoying meditation with music. And then we'll go into the last bit with discussion and Q&A. We will also, please consider as you go through this evening's experience that you will not get all your questions answered tonight. You possibly will be feeling left like, okay, I want more. So if that's the case, we'll ask you to give your email address to the host. So you don't have to share it with everyone. But if you share it with the host, we keep those curated carefully. We protect them. We respect your privacy. And we can that way interact with you more individually and also send you a wealth of resources to help you on your journey. So I believe our next slide gets into why do we meditate. So I'll just share a little bit about my own experience. Back in 2001, I was a person who could not turn off the thoughts, no matter what I did. And I could feel that those thoughts were impeding my growth, that I wasn't experiencing the present moment, that I wasn't here and now, that the thoughts were constantly between me and, let's say, a good relationship or in a relationship. Maybe learning, maybe just experiencing my own peace or serenity, absorbing my environment. The thoughts were too much. So I always had a desire to meditate. And in 2001, that opportunity to learn Sahaja meditation came my way through a flyer that I found in a co-op grocery store. And I went to the program and I haven't stopped meditating since. I make it a practice every morning and every evening, 5-10 minutes, and all the obstructions in my relationships disappeared. I found peaceful mind, that I could actually be thoughtless for periods of time. I found that my innate quality of peace is there and accessible to me. My attention improved so that I was going back to school later in life, returning student, and my concentration improved. Every aspect of my life I was having some health problems, some financial problems, you name it, like so many people are. And having this skill of meditation awakened inside made my life change 180. And we all are presenting meditation to anyone who desires it for the reason that, exactly that reason, that it's helped us and satisfied us so much. So after we finish the meditation this evening, if anybody wants to share like why they wanted to come to meditation and what this meditation kind of saved or helped them with, then, feel free and have that in your mind. Chinmay, would you like to add a few words about why meditate?
Yes, sure. As Sylvia mentioned, that meditation really helps in getting the peace and balance within. And from my experience with Sahaja Yoga meditation for the past 10 years, it has been that steadily the thoughtless awareness that is possible through this meditation, it slowly grows in us as we practice every day. And this thoughtless state helps us in keeping balance and peace even in difficult times. So this meditation will help even in managing stress really well. It has helped me a lot in that as well. So uh, as we learn through this technique today, you will know how helpful and how peaceful it can be.
Thank you, Chinmay. So very good words. It's through our experience that we learn it, but it's also through our desire that brings us to classes like this. So we're glad that all of you, your desire for something maybe unnamed at this point, but to learn to meditate has brought you here. Um, let's go a little further into the intro and explain to you what is Sahaja Yoga meditation. So Chinmay mentioned the word thoughtless. Thoughtless awareness is sort of the goal. It is the goal and it is the destination, you could say, of Sahaja Yoga. Um, Sahaja means innate, and the word yoga means union in the Sanskrit language. So Sahaja Yoga means innate union. That facility we all have within ourselves. So innate union with what? Innate union with our serene self, with our peaceful self, with our self-mastery, with all of our spiritual qualities. That also includes in innate ability to have union with the universal energy which is all around us and does, as we love to say in Sahaja Yoga, all the living work. So raises the sun up on time, maybe gets us up on time, makes the flowers bloom, makes the trees grow tall. There's a universal energy to which maybe we've thought we would like to be connected, or at times we've felt connected. So the ability to connect to that energy is within us, and it resides in our subtle system. And the point of Sahaja Yoga meditation is to awaken that energy and give us our innate union with ourself, with our spiritual qualities, and with the all-pervading intelligent energy of the universe. So pretty good stuff. Okay? So let's go to the next slide and learn a little bit more about this innate quality. So innate within us means that it's a power within our subtle system. So many of us probably recognize that there's something, some maybe intuition or some energetic stuff going on inside, but we may not have a name for it. Indeed, in Sahaja Yoga meditation, we recognize that subtle system as a system of energy centers and chakras. Chakra means wheel in the Sanskrit language. So the energy center and chakra are interchangeable terms. I have them here on this chart here as well. And we also have a system of energetic channels, which are called nadis. So we have 7 of these energetic centers or chakras, and we have 3 nadis or channels, energy channels. So these energy centers are responsible for our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual progress in life, for our evolution in life, for our gradual awareness growing, evolving of our awareness. And these channels cater to our different aspects of our, you could say, attention. So the left channel, which you see as the blue line, is the channel of the past or channel of our pure desires. And it crosses over at the forehead here to the right side of the brain and creates this super ego within us, which is kind of the storehouse of memory and the past, and also habits. So this superego, as we said, is the culmination of our left channel. On the right channel, we have this yellow line, and this is our channel of action. And that action includes thinking as well, and also of the future, our orientation towards the future. And it starts at the number 2 chakra down there, and travels up the right side, and culminates in our ego on the left side of our brain, crossing over at what you'll learn as the Agya chakra, or this chakra here in our forehead. Now, though that's the past and the future energies within us. So we said the aim of meditation is to get, is to evolve and to be in the present. That energy is housed in the sacrum bone at the base of the spine, and is not awakened in us yet, which is one reason why we have not been able to perhaps slow our thoughts down through mental exercise or of our other attempts, or perhaps other meditations haven't worked for us. So this energy that awakens this entire subtle system is in 3.5 coils in the sacrum bone, and it's called as the Kundalini. Kundal means coil, ini is a feminine ending. So it's a feminine, it's a maternal energy, and it exists in all people in the sacrum bone. And what happens is when it rises in the central channel. It comes all the way up and awakening these centers. And when it comes to this forehead, it relaxes the pressure of the future thoughts and the past thoughts. And then it creates a space that we call as the Vilamba in Sanskrit language. It means a small silent space. And it allows us to get into a state called thoughtless awareness. So this is an innate state within us, but it just has to be awakened. But it's definitely possible to get in that state between those bombarding thoughts or even bombarding emotions from the right and the left channels, the past and the future. And then that energy, the best part, is then it comes up to the crown chakra, which is at the top of the head, and it breaks through the fontanelle bone area that was a soft spot we had as a baby. And it integrates all the spiritual powers that you see mapped out there on the chakra chart. And it puts us in a state of meditation. It opens the door to this extremely blissful, centered state where we're in the present moment without thoughts, completely aware and completely relaxed. Many of us immediately feel a sense of de-stress, where negativity just seems to back off and leave us alone for a while. This is just the beginning of the state of meditation, and it's facilitated in all of us through this Kundalini energy, which is like our own individual mother, who knows all about us, knows everything that we need, everything that we want, and through meditation integrates us into a much more satisfied, contented, peaceful, creative, forgiving, loving person who is mostly in the present moment and able to experience life that way. So it sounds like a very big order, tall order, but indeed, it's innate, it's built within you, and it's your birthright to have this experience of this Kundalini rising in you to the fontanelle and giving you this connection with yourself and this all-pervading energy. This all-pervading energy has many names. It is also called by Einstein as the torsion area. And he said that that was the someplace unknown. He actually credited that place with giving him the inspiration for the theory of relativity. So many artists, many, we can say, realized souls, geniuses, not all geniuses are realized souls, but Einstein was, so was Michelangelo, so was Martin Luther King Jr., so was Mr. Lincoln, and many, many, many more, found that in the silence within themselves and the connection through their kundalini, they touched very inspiring realms, and they became very great contributors to society. But first they became integrated within themselves. So step one on a great journey for you today is this self-integration or self-realization, the awakening of this maternal energy that will guide you further in your own personal evolution. So let's go to the next slide, and we can learn about the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation. This is Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Mata means mother, and Ji is a feminine, affectionate ending. She was born on March 21st, 1923, in the center of India at noon on that particular day. And she studied medicine and psychology, and then she eventually married. Her husband became a member of the United Nations. And after she became a grandmother, she started Sahaja Yoga in 1970. She, throughout her life, traveled the world, giving of herself selflessly and always free of charge, the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga meditation, helping others to understand this innate quality within themselves so that they could gain their spiritual evolution. Today, presently, Sahaja Yoga meditation is practiced in over 100 countries by over 1 million people all over the world. And we hope that tonight you will join them in this joyful journey of self-knowledge and self-mastery and self-realization. To learn more about Sri Mataji, there's a wonderful website. We might repeat it later if you want, srimataji.org, and you can learn about her life, which was quite selfless and humanitarian. It's very interesting to read about such people. I hope you'll access that. So then that would bring us to the next slide, which will offer us the a time for the technique, learning the steps that you'll take to awaken your inner energy. So the steps to self-realization were discovered by Sri Mataji, and those are the steps that we use today. We work on the left side of the subtle system within ourselves using our right hand. So if you remember the chakra chart a little bit, we said the right hand, the right side is the side of action and mentality, rationality. The left side is desire. So with our left hand open, we're going to go through several steps on our own physicality, where we will awaken and say, by saying affirmations, to different chakras on the left side of our body. We'll start with the heart, and I hope you can all see me. And then we'll bring the right hand down to the upper abdomen on the left side, and our left hand is open all this time. Then we'll bring it down to the lower abdomen, where there's a chakra there, number 2. We'll be saying affirmations all along. Then we'll bring it up to the upper part of the abdomen. Then we'll return the right hand to the heart. And then we'll bring the right hand to where the neck and the torso meet on the left. And we'll turn our head to the right a little bit to give them space there. And then we'll take our right hand across our forehead, leaning our head down a little bit. We can squeeze the temples on both sides. And then we'll stretch our palm open and place the center of the palm, which is the number 7, relates to the number 7 or the crown chakra. And place the center of the palm over the center of the top of the head and where our fontanelle bone area is. And to awaken this chakra and allow this energy to again emerge as it was during our childhood with the all-pervading. And we'll be rotating the scalp clockwise, which is front, right, back and left, front, right, back and left a few times. And then I'll ask you to raise the palm up and see if you feel any energy there. If not, that is okay. You are going to feel the condition of your own, whatever your, subtle system needs during this self-realization process. And we'll be asking you what you feel in order to help facilitate that. So we hope that you'll feel comfortable to share that a little bit, even if it's just in the chat. So then we'll be putting our hands down quietly and we'll go through, we'll just meditate with a little bit of music. So, I'm sorry, silently. But right now, we're going to have a little bit of music. We practice the steps together and now we'll go through them together with a little background. I hope you all can see me very well. The first thing firstly, the first technique, we really don't need to see me anymore. The first step is to close your eyes. And I'll be doing the same, but I'll be guiding you verbally through the steps to awaken your subtle system. So let's close our eyes and let's take our right hand and we'll put it on the heart. Just wanting to get the sound nice here. We'll put this right hand on our heart, closing our eyes, and let's take a breath or two and relax inside. You can feel the rise and fall of the chest. You can feel the air in our nostrils coming in and out. As we connect with ourself. And first step is we want to ask a few questions within. With our right hand on our heart, we want to ask this maternal energy, whom we address as Mother. Mother, who am I? Who am I? Am I the pure spirit? Am I the pure spirit? Am I the pure spirit? The pure self? Now let's bring the right hand down to the left side of the waist, the upper abdomen, and give a little pressure here. We want to ask here of this maternal energy who knows us, knows all about us, and has been with us from the beginning of our existence. Mother, am I my own master? Am I my own master? Am I my own master? Just feel the response within. Now let's bring our right hand down to where the leg and torso meet on the left, the lower abdomen, and give a little pressure. And this is the center of self-knowledge, pure knowledge, knowledge beyond what can be found in books, but the innate, pure knowledge of ourself. Here we want to ask, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge of self. Please give me the pure knowledge of myself. Please awaken the self-knowledge within me. Please let me experience the self-knowledge. Please give me the pure knowledge. Pure knowledge can only be awakened within us through our request. The knowledge of self is our own, but it cannot cross our freedom. So in our freedom, we have to ask for this step in our evolutionary journey, self-knowledge. Now let's bring the right hand up to our abdomen again, the upper abdomen at the waist, or a little above. And here we can affirm, through our self-knowledge, we can become our own master. So let's affirm confidently, Mother, I am my own master. I am my own master. I am my own master. Just feel the effect of our words. Enjoy that. Now let's bring our right hand up to our heart again. In the heart resides the Spirit, and the Spirit is our true self, our genuine self. So here we can affirm, Mother, I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not these thoughts. I am not these emotions, but I am the pure Spirit. I am the pure Spirit. I am all my spiritual qualities. That is my true nature. Now let's bring the hand up to further on the left side to where the neck and the shoulder meet. We can turn our head to the right. And here we want to remove the obstacle of guilt, which many of us experience in an attempt to correct ourselves. But actually, guilty feelings just keep us mired into repeating mistakes. So with our awakening in the light of our own spirit, we see and we can correct ourselves with compassion, with wisdom, and we don't need to carry guilt, which really stops our growth. So let's just affirm again with full confidence, Mother, I am not guilty at all. I do not condemn myself, but I correct myself in the light of my spirit, of my true self. I see my mistakes. I identify them as mistakes, as not identified with who I am. I am not my mistakes. I am not guilty at all. I am a self-correcting person. Just enjoy that for a moment. Now, another obstacle in the journey of the Kundalini is when we don't forgive. So let's bring our right hand across our forehead. We can squeeze the temples on either side. And let's bow our heads just a little bit. And here we, for our own spiritual freedom, because to forgive relaxes the attention to the past and the future and brings us in the present moment. Pure attention in the present moment. So here we just say, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive everyone and everything, including myself. The past does not exist, so we forgive our past. The future does not exist, so we forgive the future. We forgive all of our planning. We forgive all of our past. Without thinking of anyone or anything, just for the pure joy of forgiveness, we forgive. I forgive, I forgive, I forgive everyone and everything, including myself. So now for our own satisfaction, let's take our right hand and put it in back of the head, which I didn't show you before, where the large part of the head is, the back of the optic chiasm. And let's lean our head back into our hand a little bit. And just to feel satisfied within ourselves, let's ask for forgiveness of this divine nature, of this divine power within us. O divine power, if I have made any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Please forgive me if I have made any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly. And now let's stretch the palm open and place the center of the palm on the top of our head, on the fontanelle bone area, the crown chakra. And give enough pressure, pulling the fingers back, so that we rotate the scalp clockwise, which is front, right, back, and left, 7 times. And here we're going to ask for our self-realization. Oh, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. And just feel the response inside as we do this step. Please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. Please give me the realization of myself. Please give me the enlightenment of myself. In my attention, please give me self-realization. Now let's raise the palm up several inches above our head, and let's see if we can feel some energy there. Could be warm, cool, tingling. Let's keep our attention there, where we feel the energy. It might be a little bit forward or a little bit back, could be right or left. Now let's bring the right hand down, bring the left hand up, and do the same thing. See if you can feel this energy. Oh, Mother, please let me feel my self-realization. Please let me feel the cool breeze of the awakening of the Kundalini within. Please let me feel the cool breeze above my fontanelle. Please let me feel this connection. Let's keep our attention where we feel this energy and bring the left hand down and keep both hands open on the lap. Let's try to keep that attention up there, above our head. And if the attention strays a little bit, don't fight it. Just say, I forgive. Or you can repeat, please give me my self-realization. Please give me thoughtless awareness. And we'll meditate silently for a few moments, enjoying the meditation state within us. Keep our hands open. Oh, Mother Energy, let me feel my connection within and without to this divine energy that does all the living work within and without. Now, let us bring our right hand up here again above our head. We can keep our eyes closed. In a moment, we'll go to the next slide and we'll gently open them. But for now, let's keep them closed. And then let's put the right hand down and bring the left hand up. And just feel for that energy. Let your attention fill that space. between your hand and your top of your head. We can put the hand down, and as we go to the next slide, we can, when we're ready, open our eyes and just stay in a thoughtless state, gazing at Sri Mataji, because all of her chakras are awakened, her energy centers, and emit very cleansing light, joy, vibrations, spiritual qualities that enhance our own meditation. We can just keep our eyes open and enjoy that for a moment. Let's go to the next slide. Keeping our attention above our head. Oh, I'm sorry. I went a little bit too far. Let's go back. Okay. So the next step in our journey is to not only appreciate Sri Mataji's vibrations through this photograph, but to hear a talk by Sri Mataji, about 10 minutes or so, 5 or 10 minutes. So let's keep our attention up here, and we'll absorb more vibrations, good spiritual qualities, and enjoy this talk.
And the center itself resumes its normal shape, its normal behavior, and its normal condition. Apart from that, it has got a dynamic power or manifestation that this center which looks after our attention becomes enlightened, and our attention becomes enlightened, and the attention which is enlightened becomes dynamic. In the sense now, sitting down here, you can pay attention to anyone. Just pay attention. You don't have to do anything. Just pay attention to that person, and you can find out on your fingertips what's the matter with the person. Thousands of miles he may be. When Nixon was having trouble, suddenly, I don't know, I said, find out about Nixon, how is he? And they said, Ma, he's in a terrible mess. Christ has said, your hands will speak. That's the time has come. These hands, which look so simple, but they are so intricate and so intricately built that the nerve endings are so microscopic that we cannot understand how much they can tell us, how far they can go. When the awakening takes place, you start feeling the vibrations around you, the all-pervading power which you have never felt before. Through these fingertips which we neglect, we misuse them, we use them for wrong things. These fingertips themselves get enlightened, and you start feeling them. That's what I said, that you have to get your awareness which is enlightened. It's the awareness which has to manifest. And that's how you start feeling them on your fingers. It's wrong here, it's wrong there. You can see where is the problem. Now all these are related to your centers. These are 5, 6 and 7. 7 on the left and 7 on the right. So this is about your emotional side, and this is about your right. About your physical and your rational, or you can say mental side. So you can make out a person how he is by just knowing whether you are getting heat from that person, whether you are getting burning from that person, whether they are getting numb, whether they are becoming heavy. And a rapport is established with the all-pervading power which informs you, get the messages. And the messages are so correct that even if you have 10 children who are realized souls, there are many children these days are born as realized souls. We don't understand children these days, but these days they are great children and they are born today because the time has come. This is the time of judgment time. This is the time of resurrection. This is the time about which people have described in all the scriptures. So great people are taking birth. And these children, if you tie them up, and their eyes and ask them about a person who is sitting facing them, what's the problem with this person? They will all raise the same finger. All of them will raise the same finger, even if their eyes are tied, even if their backs are towards the person, they can just push back their hands and say. They are so good, children are so good. You see, when they put their fingers in the mouth, we sometimes think, I don't know, Freud, who might call a very half-baked person, he didn't know much about God and life and nothing at all. He was very little bit he knew. He says that this has something to God, sex. He was nothing but a sex point, and he wants everybody to be a sex point, not a human being. So this fellow, whatever he may say, but the truth is that it is nothing to do with sex. It is that they feel the heat on their fingers. They actually feel it. And that's how they put it in the mouth. The little children I've seen. We have one here who has come from England, from London. There's another one who is from here somewhere. And all of these, if you ask them, they will immediately tell where is the catch, which chakra is catching. Now, children, you cannot be fooled. They all tell you the same thing, that this is what is happening. So your awareness is enlightened, and your hands, which have got the sympathetic endings here, tell you. We can say that now, in our central nervous system, we can feel about others and about ourselves. Now, supposing you are sitting here and I ask you, what's the problem with you? You would say, I don't know what's the problem with me is. I don't know. But I may be able to tell you what's the problem is. If you go and see the doctor, he'll say, yes, that's the problem. How do you know? You don't have to go to any examination for all pathological examination where all your teeth are taken out, eyes are taken out, and by the time you end up, they tell you, you are the healthiest man. You don't have to go to all these horrible things. You don't have to waste any money and try all these frustrating things. Just putting your hands, you will know about yourself. And the people who are
So I hope everyone enjoyed that. It's a very short talk of Sri Mataji, further explaining how this Kundalini awakening, how our self-realization helps us, explaining that in the fingertips themselves, you can feel the state of your chakras. And often when you feel that, you feel if there's a imbalance or there's a stress, or maybe even there's a start of some disease problem before even medical science can find it, and you can correct it yourself. So we really happy that we were able to share tonight with you. Unfortunately, I've gone quite over. Talking perhaps more than we had time for. So I want to especially encourage you once again to go to the chat function. And if you would like some more information about Sahaja Yoga, give your email address to the Meditate America host. So it won't be broadcast to everybody. It'll just go to our technical host. And as I said, we have a team, and we very carefully keep your email addresses. And then we can send you more information. And also, Tonight, I was hoping to go over some clearing techniques, balancing of the left and right channels that we learned a little bit about. We don't have time for that. So I hope for sure that all of you will make it Friday and Saturday for the Going Deeper sessions. Just go to the Meditate America .online website and find the timing for you. The timing will be on Friday night it's 6 p.m. Pacific, and on Saturday it's 10 a.m. Pacific. So that doesn't mean if you're not in the Pacific time zone that you can't join. So please look at those time zones. Look at those timings and check your time zone, and please join us so that you can learn the balancing techniques for left and right. And then you'll know better how to meditate on your own at home. Does anyone have any questions? Again, we'll stay, even though we are going to be closing the meditation. We hope that each of you will receive, we know you'll each receive a poll. We hope that you'll fill out the poll so that we are more informed of how to serve your needs. That would be really helpful to us. And also, if you have questions, please type them in the chat. And even though we have to end the session, we can come back to you individually and ask your questions. Or if you want to share a bit about your meditation experience tonight, we would love that. We would just love to hear it. And I think that's also sponsors a lot of growth. When we share, then we get feedback, and it helps us to understand ourselves by understanding others, etc. It's really great to share. That collective thing goes on. Okay, so once again, we're so glad that you were able to join us. Thank you again and again. We hope to see you Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific. Please find your own time zones, and we'll look for you there. All the best.